we are going to be reacting to the ratings of every NFL team this offseason. So there was an article done here on ESPN really rating how every single team did this offseason, and I'm pretty sure the Detroit Lions got some love finally. And that's why I wanted to bring this to you. We've looked at a lot of things recently where the Detroit Lions have not been getting any kind of love, like power rankings or predictions. But in this video, the Detroit Lions finally get some love for what they did this offseason because it goes so unnoticed. But again, I don't know how all of this plays out, so we're about to go through it and kind of react to it. So let's get right into it. And first off, we start with Elite. And it looks like there's only one team in Elite, and they're putting the Cleveland Browns. Now, I kind of understand that they did have a really good offseason, but I think the Detroit Lions could be in this Elite category as well. I can understand why they put the Browns here, though. I think the Browns did have a really good offseason. The only problem is, again, it's the offseason. It doesn't really affect how they play on the field. But that's the same thing with the Detroit Lions. We can't just take these players that we brought in and, just be good. We have to actually put it on the field, and I hope we can do that. And I think Matt Patricia is really good at doing that. So the Browns fall in the elite category, and that is the only team they're putting here. Now, above average, we have the Buffalo Bills. This one surprised me, but again, I don't really keep up with all of these teams, so I don't really know how the Bills did. So I kind of want to take a look at this a little bit. So it says they built the offense around Josh Allen, obviously, who was their rookie quarterback last season. Biggest question still to be answered, is Allen good enough for his revamped offensive cast matter? Okay, so I guess they really redid that offense. The Bills signed 14 offensive free agents, drafted 4 offensive players, and could have as many as 7 new starters on that side of the ball. That's crazy. That means, 1, that their offense was terrible last year, and 2, that they did a lot of work. So that's really good for the Bills. Now we have the Detroit Lions. Finally, we get some love. Look, we're 3rd on this list, man. This is really good. And I didn't expect anyone to put the Detroit Lions at number 1 because no one gives them that kind of credit. But number 3, finally someone is recognizing what the Detroit Lions did this offseason. And this, we have to take a look at. So the Lions needed to upgrade the offense and also add a pass rush. After a season when the Lions lacked an elite pass rusher with Ziggy Ansah consistently injured, right? And got nothing out of tight end position. Those were the immediate goals. After a season that went awry for Matt Patricia with a 6-10 record. So yes, Detroit handled these things. They revamped the tight end position and signed Trey Flowers. The tight ends are completely different this season. I'm super excited to see that position. One guy I'm really excited to see that we really haven't talked about a lot is Isaac Nauta. I know he's had to be deal with rehabbing and he hasn't practiced a lot. But Isaac Nauta, for some people with the Detroit Lions, have said that he has the best hands coming out of the draft and that he did have the best hands, better than TJ Hockenson. I don't know if you guys want to believe that or not, but that's just what some people were saying. So I'm super excited to see what Nauta can do because he seems like a guy that can definitely be a threat down the field. I'm really excited to see that man because he's really not talked about much. Obviously, I'm excited to see Hockenson, Trey Flowers, but Isaac Nauta is super interesting to me. Here's the biggest question still to be answered, and let me guess, it is the number 2 cornerback position. Let me just guess. Who is playing cornerback opposite of Darius Slay? Yes, I think that's the easy one. Everybody has that question, right? Slay stayed away throughout the offseason, giving Detroit Lions ample to look at Rashawn Melvin and Teez Tabor as a possible outside corner options, right? So we knew that. We talked about that in my last video. If you guys have not seen my production video about Darius Slay, definitely go check that out. Melvin has been largely quiet, which isn't terrible for a corner, while Tabor has had some standout plays and also some struggles in critical offseason for the former 2nd-round pick. And that's kind of why I believe that Rashawn Melvin will start as a number 2 cornerback. Now, Teez Tabor may take this over later. Amani may do it. Michael Ford could even do it. I think it would be Rashawn Melvin first because he seems to be more consistent. He's not going to give you crazy flashy plays, but he's going to consistently be solid. Teez Tabor, on the other hand, it looks like he's going to give you every once in a while a great play, but he's super inconsistent, so he's going to make a lot of mistakes. And I'd rather have a guy that's just solid that you can rely on than a guy that's crazy like that. That's kind of a position for maybe a running back. I don't know. Not fumbling wise, but here and there he breaks them off. Not really for a cornerback. That doesn't really work, especially a number 2 cornerback. So then we have the Colts, the Jaguars, the Dolphins. Okay, that's big because the Dolphins were really bad last season. So were the Jaguars. So it's good to see some of these bad teams on here finally getting recognition. Some of these teams have really talked about them that way. And even though I don't like the Browns, I think it's nice to see them get recognition hey, here you go. They're finally doing well in the offseason. And whether or not you want to believe it's a good thing, what they're doing or not, it's still nice to see these teams get some recognition because, man, we have been getting hated on for years. And we deserve some love, man. Okay, you see the Saints getting some love as well. We see the Jets, the Eagles, the Steelers, the Titans. Okay, so there's a lot of above average. Now we move on to average where we have the Bengals. I don't think we've seen any other NFC North teams. The Cowboys, I'm expecting to see, I can see the Vikings in here. Chargers, Rams, Patriots, 49ers, Is this too soon to tell? Okay, Cardinals, Falcons, Ravens, Panthers, Bears. There's the Bears. Okay. Bears find a kicker. Oh no, find a kicker is their goal, right? They have not found a kicker. I did a video on my old channel of that. It was really funny. But like, they have not found a kicker yet. And they've tried out multiple guys. So they're struggling there. I'm not going to say good luck because I hope they don't have a kicker for 2019. But who knows how that's going to work out. Biggest question is Mitchell Trubisky. Sure. Broncos. Okay, now we see the Packers. Have we seen the Vikings yet? Maybe I missed it. So Aaron Rodgers and Coach Matt LaFleur on the same page. Disconnect from quarterback coaches. LaFleur was hired to get Rodgers back to the MVP level while he's only 39 and has 1 year as an NFL play caller. Okay, I don't know if there's any... I don't know where the Vikings are. Wow, the Vikings are very low. I thought the Vikings would have been higher. I thought they had a solid offseason. Like, I really did. I'm kind of surprised they're this low. I mean, I guess you could say your biggest question is Kirk Cousins, but I'm kind of surprised they're this low. It's not like I would have thought average. Because it's not like they had a bad offseason, but it's not like they had a good one either. It was just like, okay, this was your offseason. So let's see what they have to say here. So they fixed, offseason goals was to fix the offense and quarterback Kirk Cousins. How do you fix quarterback Kirk Cousins? I'm not sure how that works. Supporting cast around Cousins, maybe that's what they're talking about. They hired Gary Kubiak, added several new pieces on the offensive line, including Garrett Bradbury, which I thought was a really good pick. Extended Kyle Rudolph. I think they also got Irv Smith Jr. Irv Smith. I think they brought him in as well out of Alabama. Can Cousins, so here's the biggest question, can Cousins take his game to the next level? Cousins, who admitted to be a 500 quarterback in my career so far. Okay, well that's, okay. Knows that he'll be judged more critically in wins and losses. Look, I don't believe in Kirk Cousins. I'm not worried about Kirk Cousins. I don't think Kirk Cousins is that great of a quarterback. So me as a Lions fan, I'm confident that we can beat the Vikings as long as a team we play well. Because if it came down to Stafford versus Cousins, I would put my money on a Matthew Stafford over Kirk Cousins every single day. So it looks like those are all the NFC North teams. We ran through those kind of quickly. I think we're still in the too soon. Okay, so that's kind of rough. The Washington Redskins are at the very bottom. I see a lot of hate on the Redskins this offseason. So offseason goals was to find a quarterback. They needed a long-term replacement and drafted Dwayne Haskins. Okay. The biggest question is, will the offensive line remain healthy? The Redskins line until 2 years ago was a stable group. So I'm kind of surprised they're at the very bottom. I haven't seen much love for the Redskins, so that's kind of rough. But anyways, this is me just kind of reacting to this. I love that we finally got some love up there, that we're high on the list. I think the Bears came in second, then it was the Packers, then it was the Vikings. So we're above all these teams. We're going to be above these teams in the standings. Let me hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you, Prod, for watching, and I'm out.